Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Number One from GMS London Forecasters, coming to you with another lesson in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We'll give all the praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah Qudash. Double honors as always to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well in peace and blessings to all the brothers out there doing this work. In the name of the Lord Yahweh. So that's like in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai, coming in the name of Yahweh, man. Right, so I just want to do this brief, just little brief exposure, man. You brothers might have seen this before. I just want to do my own little take on it, because I remember reading this. I remember reading this in the Maccabees, man, and looking up the Lacedaemonians, man, and working it out to what it actually was. And I'm going to show you some pictures in a graphic novel that I've had this for a long time, man. And yeah, it was kind of strange to see the pictures in there, the way they were depicted. After seeing how the movie world, the movie industry wants, Renaissance painters have chosen to depict these guys, man. All right, so obviously you can see that that title there says the Spartans were black. The Spartans, yeah, were Israelites, man. All right. There's a lot of dark-skinned people out there. We're not all the same. All right. All right. The Spartans. It says the Spartans were black, right? And I'm going to show you some pictures, right? So yeah, let me do that. Let me actually do that first. I'm going to just show you. So So this is 300, man. So a lot of you have seen that movie, the 300, right? When they're facing off against what's his name? Oh, sugar, my mind's gone. Anyway, we can get into that. But yeah, so Frank Miller, man. Lynn Varley's the artist, I believe. And oh no, the colorist, I think she's the colorist. And it's done really great, it's done really well, as you can see. As you can see dreadlocks there, right? Or locks, let's just call them locks, right? Right, dark skin, you can tell, yeah. And as you can see, let's get the light's a bit funny, but as you can see, that there, that's not a just a random symbol. That's an L, yeah, for Lacedaemonia, right? So as you can see here, the depictions are blatant, man. Dark skinned brothers with what seems to be like locks, man. Sorry, the light's a bit hard to, if you can see that. Try and get it about the light. Right, there you go. Right, you see that? And there's plenty more, man. All right. I mean, look. Look. As you can see there. And there's that L again. All right, for Lacedaemonia, man. So now, let's just try and get one or two more pictures, and I'm going to get into, reading about this. That's Leonidas right there. All right. So anyway, I think that, you get the point, right? One more. So you get the point, right? So or for whatever reason, this man has decided to depict them as they should be. I don't know whether the Lord put the spirit on him. So because the Lord puts the spirit on people to do these things, man, in order for us to bring out the truth. It's as simple as that. All right, because the truth has got to come out, all of it. Right? Not everyone's going to believe it or want to believe it. Even if they believe it, they're not going to want to believe it. Because these Edomites think that they're everything. They're everybody. They're the Spartans. They're the so-called Jews. They're the 12 tribes. They're the first Europeans, and they're everybody, man. But they're everybody and nobody at the same time. All right. They're everybody and nobody at the same time. So, oh yeah, there's some other pictures actually I want to show as well. So we've seen this one anyway. So look, there's some more depictions here before we go on. You see. So the truth is out there, as they say. So this is a little article I found. It's quite interesting, some of the information here. So we know this is in the Apocrypha, 1 Maccabees 12 and 18. It says, "Wherefore now ye shall do well to give an answer thereto, and this is the copy of the letters which Honorius sent Eris, the king of the Lacedaemonians, to Onias, the high priest, greeting. It is found in writing that the Lacedaemonians and Jews are brethren, and that they are the stock of Abraham." So that means that they are of the same. They're the same kin, man. They share kinship. They share the same blood as our forefather Abraham, man. Right? And I'm not going to go into Wikipedia and all that stuff, but you just Google Lacedaemonian and Spartans, man. They will tell you that the Lacedaemonians are the Spartans. All right. So there's no getting around that. And this is the only depiction in that book I showed you, the 300, is the only depiction, modern day depiction I know of, that shows you that, man. And then they take the man's story and make it into a movie and completely cancel that. Imagine that. Do you know why? Because if they actually put that into the movie, then there would have to someone in the world will come to other than us, will come to the understanding that, hey, if the Lacedaemonians were so-called black men or black people, so-called, then doesn't that mean that the so-called Jews are as well? You see? So they don't want you figuring these things out, man. Because the industry knows. They tell the truth all the time. How many films are out there? We've seen the clips of them exposing who the real the 12 lost tribes are. We've seen it. It's getting to the point now where Esau's just papering over the cracks, man. You can't get away with it much longer, man. So it says what we know. It says Lacedaemonians, also called Laconia. I don't know if it's Lacedaemonians actually. Let's say it is, because Laconia sounds like it makes more sense. Was a group famous in the ancient world which acknowledged a tribal tie to the Israelites. That group was the Spartans of ancient Greece. The Spartans were known to be descended from people non-native to Greece. That's why they lived separately to the rest of the Greeks, man. They were living separately. The Greek and Sparta, that's why Sparta is Sparta. It says who arrived there in ancient times. It says the Spartans were famous as being the most martial of the Greek city-states. It was the Spartan king Leonidas with the 300 elite bodyguards who held back the army of the Persian Empire at the Battle of Thermopylae. They had a rigorous martial community which was very different from the rest of the Greek city-states. Right, so let's read this. This is 1 Maccabees 14 and 11 to 20. It says, He made peace in the land, and Israel rejoiced with great joy. For every man sat under his vine and his fig tree, and there was none to fray them, neither was there any left in the land to fight against them. Yea, the kings themselves were overthrown in those days. Moreover, he strengthened all those of his people that were brought low. The law he searched out, and every contemner of the law and wicked person he took away. He beautified the sanctuary and multiplied vessels of the temple. Now when it was heard at Rome and as far as Sparta that Jonathan was dead, they were very sorry. But as soon as they heard that his brother Simon was made high priest in his stead, and ruled the country and the cities therein, they wrote unto him in tables of brass to renew friendship and league which they had made with Judas and Jonathan his brethren, which writings were read before the congregation at Jerusalem. And this copy of the letters that the Lacedaemonians sent, the rulers of the Lacedaemonians with the city unto Simon the high priest, and the elders and the priests and the residue of the people of the Jews, our brethren, send greeting. So it shows you the ties. It shows you the ties, the emotional ties, as well, as well as the kinship ties, man. And here's a letter, look, by Flavius Josephus, right? It says, Jonathan, having thus gotten a glorious victory and slain 2,000 of the enemy, returned to Jerusalem. So when he saw that all his affairs prospered according to his mind, by the providence of the Most High, he sent ambassadors to the Romans, being desirous of renewing that friendship which their nation had with them formerly. He enjoined the same ambassadors that as they came back they should go to the Spartans and put them in mind of their friendship and kindred. There you go, there's that word again, kin, man. Right, so to remind them basically that they are of the same stock, of the same kin, man, kinship. It says, so when the ambassadors came to Rome, they went into their senate and said what they were commanded by Jonathan their high priest to say, how he had sent them to confirm their friendship. The senate then confirmed what had been formerly decreed concerning their friendship with the Jews, and gave them letters to carry to all the kings of Asia and Europe, and to the governors of the cities, that they might safely conduct them to their own country. Accordingly, as they returned, they came to Sparta and delivered the epistle which they had received of Jonathan to them, a copy of which here follows. Jonathan, the high priest of the Jewish nation, and the senate and body of the people of the Jews, to the Ephori and senate and of the people of the Lacedaemonians, send greetings. Now we all know that as a nation of people, we didn't deal with anybody else like that unless they were our own kin. All right, we weren't dealing with or showing love to any other nations, man. All right, we weren't showing no friendships to other nations. And here's a side note. It says, remember, the Spartans called the Jews our kinsmen. The Spartans did not proclaim themselves to be Jews, but rather that they were kinsmen to the Jews, i.e., members of none of the other tribes of Israel. That the Spartans acknowledged a common ancestry with the Jews of the tribe of Judah gives powerful weight to the assertion that they were Israelites who migrated to Greece. It goes on to, I want us to read this last part. I'm going to close it out here, man. It says, the book Sparta by A.H.M. Jones, a professor of ancient history at Cambridge University, noted several things about Sparta. He states the Spartans worshipped a great lawgiver who had given them their laws in the dim past. This is in page 5 of his book. It says the lawgiver may have been Moses. Well, Moses was the lawgiver, man. All right? There's no may about it. Moses received the law and he gave the law, man. All right? It says, and that great lawgiver, that power, that's Yahweh, man. All right. Moses is the lawgiver, but he received the law from Yahweh, right? It says, Professor Jones also noted the Spartans celebrated the new moons and the 7th day of the month, right? This is our customs, man. And anyone else that's doing it is because they've copied us. It says observing new moons was an Israelite calendar custom, and no one else is known to do that historically, right? It says observing new moons was an Israelite calendar custom, and the observance of a 7th day could originate with the Sabbath celebration. Professor Jones also notes, as do other authorities, that the Spartans were known for being ruthless in war and times of crisis. This sounds exactly like the Simeonite nature, which was given to impulsive cruelty, as the Bible confirms. I don't know if it's I don't know if cruelty is the word, but we have to put, as going to war, you have to put fear into the opposition, man. All right. We were ruthless going to war, man, because we had the spirit and the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua behind us, man. You could send our people into war, and that's funny actually what I'm about to say, because that proves it. 300 men against thousands of foot soldiers, man. All right. They nearly decimated them. And only an army of 300 with the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua could do that. All right. Let me see if I can just get a quick scripture just come to my mind just to prove something. I can't remember exactly where it is. Yeah. It says, and Samson said, this is just to prove that the Lord can give you one man that power. All right. It says, and Samson said, with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps, with the jaw of an ass, have I slain 1,000 men. All right. So the Lord, talking about the days of old men, of mighty men. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna close out on that, man. I would like to try and find more information about this and do more, in-depth lessons on stuff like this, man. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the greatest when it comes to, the history and that, but I'm trying to get there. So Lord willing, it was edifying anyway. I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, for allowing me to do this lesson. I pray it was edifying, and with that, I'll say Shalom.